Hi everybody, today we are looking at a high resolution USB DAC. This is the S.M.S.L M100 Mach 2. Big name for a little product. As you can see here, we have an ESS Saber DAC, supports XMOS, file formats DSD, PCM, 768 kilohertz, 32-bit. Pretty good. That's pretty amazing. Not much else on the box. Just some writing. Nothing really else on the box. So, looking at the product, obviously it comes in two colors. Inside the box, you're going to have your micro USB cable. It's a nice thick cable. I have one just like it, so I didn't use that one. We see a registration certificate, the manual in Japanese, the menu in English, and also Mandarin. Put that off to the side. Actually, I want the, you can see it over there with the light, but you can also see what it looks like over here. We'll get into that in just a second. Doesn't matter what manual it is, I just want the manual for a second. Somewhere on here it says what it is. Yes, this happens to be the Japanese one. Okay, we have 32-bit, 768 kilohertz. The DAC is a Saber 9018 Q2C for high dynamic range and more details. Totally agree with that. This thing is very good with details. Let's look at the thing itself. You see here, this button is for the inputs and for the power. And that's it. It's simple to use. I'm going to shut it off, and then that will light up red. You get a little red LED there as well to let you know that it's off. And standby. Turn it on. There we go. I do not know why this thing is not focusing today. Let's go to... Okay. Better. I just wanted the close-up at that time, but I can always bring it up to the screen anyway. So yeah, that basically controls your inputs and your power. So I'm just going to shut that off for now. I'm going to pull the power out so we can turn it around and show you what's going on here. By the way, this thing has a very nice solid build. You get your little high-res sticker there. I get excited when I see those stickers. I love high-res. I nearly just giggled when I felt the embedded high-res on the FiO. By the way, side by side, now the FiO is a small portable item, and you can see that it is actually a little bit longer than this device. So this thing will fit in your corner of your desk. This would be perfect for the little mini setup in the corner. Obviously, I got room for a full size on my desk, but not everybody has a lot of room on their desk. Maybe you have other equipment there. You want to add something to it. This would be perfect. You have to remember that not only is this small like this, but there's also an amplifier, a tube amp, that would go on top, obviously, because you can't put this on top of the tube. It would be wobbling. But you put the tube amp on the top there. You got a little miniature S.M.S.L stack. Something to think about for the future. Something I'm considering because I wasn't expecting this, and then this just happened to come by my way, and I want to thank Sheet Hi-Fi for this. I'll leave a link down below to them. Yeah, built very, very solid. Now let's look at some of the things on the back. This is the most impressive thing about this. Yes, it is built good. Yes, I happen to like the small form factor and the glossy front end and the fact that it's simple to use with that one button. Here we go. This is the star of the show besides the internals. It is quite nice looking, to be quite honest. I mean, look at this. You have an aux power, you have the USB in. I would have liked to see C, but I can understand why they use micro. Micro is a lot easier to control the voltage. Here we have the coax, and then you have RCA's out, and you have optical, which I absolutely need. Optical is a must, and I have $300 units that don't have optical, and then I have cheaper units that actually have optical in and out, which I'm impressed with. But they don't sound as good as this, DAC-wise, and that's because they have an amp. So you put an amp and a DAC together, and it's going to colorize the sound in one way or another. There are a few exceptions. Even the Un that I have over there, which is roughly about $300, a little bit over, that tends to favor the treble a little bit. And honestly, with some headphones, it can be annoying. And this thing offers no coloration, no problems. Anything you throw at it, it's going to sound fantastic. There is a bit of openness to the sound. Definitely the sound sounds a little bit better than this, but basically it doesn't add or take away from anything. It is just highly detailed and transparent. Basically, that's what a DAC is supposed to be 90% of the time. If you had an amplifier, then you obviously have to take that into account. But there's a good level of transparency here. Seriously, it's got the I/O. It's got everything that you possibly need, including the auxiliary power if you need it. Especially if you're running optical, you're going to need power into the device. That's very thoughtful of them to build it like that. It performs far better than it should for the price. This is a very low price. I believe this is around the 80, 79 to 80 something dollar mark for this. Amazing. This is an amazing value. It is built solid. It looks great in my opinion. You may not like the look of it. Maybe it's a little too cubish for you. I like the shape. I like this gloss front, and then all the rest is just metal everywhere. Really good build quality. I love all the amount of I/O that you get on the back. It's basically everything you're going to need. Quite frankly, I absolutely love this. Honestly, if I do get the amp, I think this will be my unless I'm using something like really ultra powerful, I think this will be my little IAM testing area. I think I'll pop this off to that side, and I'll get the little tube amp thing there, or if there's a regular amp, I'll get the regular amp too. And basically that'll be my testing. I mean, I got the powerhouse over here that's made for everything I can basically throw at it. I got other ones that are extremely powerful up there, and then I got this thing here that is just perfect. I literally love this thing. Used this for a long time. Absolutely enjoying it. Totally. It's got a nice chipset in it that just really does a wonderful job. And quite honestly, I actually have USB sticks that are more money than this. So there's nothing to complain about it. I can't tell you any cons on this because I can't think of any. If this thing had a built-in headphone amp, I think it would be probably the most perfect piece of equipment I could possibly think of. That's providing that it gave the same performance that it did now. I mean, obviously the amp's going to change the sound a little bit. But seriously, yeah, it's the M100 Mach 2. It's got a good Saber DAC inside of it. Definitely any type of input you need. On the back, simple to use with that one button, power on, power off, your 3 inputs, and that's it. There's nothing else to do. It does the volume you set on your amplifier. You're all set to go. There's nothing else to do. You plug this in, and you're good to go. You may need to install drivers with some things. On the PC that I used it on, didn't need any drivers. I did not test it on the Switch. I usually do that with portables and stuff like that. I just didn't feel that I wanted to do it. I did test this on the television, and it worked perfectly. So basically, I run the Switch through the TV anyway, so I could have done the Switch, either way. But in a nutshell, if you want to skip over everything else, you get the manual, get a cable. That's basically all that's in the box besides the registration. Comes in a tiny little box. I was amazed when this came in an envelope. I was thinking this was like twice the size it was, and then I took it out and I got this little thing right here, and it feels good. And the handle, I was like, oh my god, that thing is adorable. And then I looked on the back and said, wow, this has more than the $300 one I have up in the corner there. And I do have a smaller DAC amplifier, but that's only like 24-bit. This thing goes up to 32-bit. 768, I think I said. I'd have to read the back. It's got a Sabre DAC inside of it. Some nice pure sound coming out of this thing, transparent and highly detailed. What else can I say about it? It's a DAC. It acts like a very, very high-end DAC. Totally agree with the detailed and high-resolution part of it all. And my personal opinion is I like that shiny, glossy front end. This part, by the way, is matte. So don't worry so much about fingerprints because you're normally not going to be handling it as much. It's going to sit in your corner and you're going to, just press that power button with this matte area where hopefully your fingers aren't bigger than that area. Really nice. Really, really nice. Once again, this has been the S.M.S.L, the S.M.S.L M100 Mark II. Does anybody know what S.M.S.L stands for? Let me know if you know what it stands for in the comments below. I'd like to hear from you. We'll make that like a little quiz. What does S.M.S.L stand for? There's a lot of Chinese companies out there that are abbreviations for different things. Usually it's abbreviation for the Chinese words for something, like PGVP and BQEYZ and stuff like that. What does S.M.S.L stand for? Let me know. This DAC, does this sound like something that you'd like? I think it's great. It's great for a beginner. It's great for non-beginners. It's great for people looking for space or something that you want to add to maybe a second setup or something, or a testing setup or something. This thing is very good and transparent. It would be excellent if you could pair it with an amp of similar to test things. It would be great for that as well. So I like this thing. Thanks so much for watching. Please be safe out there, and I'll see you somewhere on the internet. Thank you so much.